Hello, hello, hello.
What's going on, Michelle?
Nothing much, nothing much. I'm happy to be healthy and back breathing and not
Oh,
coughing. Yes, so I'm good. How about you?
I'm well. I'm well.
Good, good. You ready to talk marriage to medicine?
I'm always ready to talk about marriage and medicine.
Oh my gosh, we're ready to talk that stuff. I like marriage to medicine because okay, I feel like this franchise. Well, okay, maybe I take that back. But what I was gonna say is I feel like typically at the end of the season, they all pretty much make up. Like it's not like they hate each other at the reunion and stuff like that. But I think the last couple of seasons, I have to take that back. It seems like they don't necessarily clean it all up and wrap it in a bow. And I also feel like low key, they're all kind of friends and they understand the assignment for the
Mm-hmm.
most part. But we'll
Mm-hmm.
see.
So,
But
so
anyway,
how do you think that's gonna work now that what's your girl name again from
Phaedra,
Phaedra? So, I don't really get the sense that they are cool with Phaedra. I think they just know Phaedra. So, how do you think that's
yeah,
gonna work now that she's in the mix?
yeah, they know her, and I feel like she may be cool with a couple, but I feel like all the Atlanta reality stars kind of intermingle, so they know each other at least, a little bit.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting because they clearly put Phaedra on the show to be messy. Like she
Mm-hmm.
is, she. I know you found a random guy at that first episode, but I don't think she got any. Because if you got a man, he wasn't at the wedding. He ain't in any little scenes with the kids. Nothing. Like they don't even have her waving by as he leave the house or something. I don't know. The jury's still out on this doctor boyfriend. I think that was her. She's like, well, how am I gonna get on this show? They were like, just make up an African boyfriend. I was
No, you are so
like, he a
Jason. You
doctor.
don't believe nothing.
Until
But I
I
tell you what. But I tell you what. Phaedra understood the assignment. She came to be messy.
She came to be messy, and she definitely is. So this episode, I mean, of course, they started with their little usual stuff, but the first scene was with Heavenly and Dr. Jackie. They went to go to Phaedra's house to try to figure out, like, okay, let's find out why this girl invited Quad to to the bachelorette party. Now, Heavenly is a mess. She goes in this girl's house. It's like, wow, what is this? Did she say early American or something? Is this early American? Is this French? Oh
He
my
got this
god!
gold gothic stuff over here. What's going on in this girl's mind?
And it all looked cute, but it was a lot of design decisions in one area of the house. I was like, oh my gosh, only Dr.
Or
Heavenly.
as Jackie said, it's colorful.
Yes, she's gonna find a nice little way to say it.
Yeah, always.
So they in this lady house while she getting them some slippers, saying all this
In
mess.
Harmon.
Oh
Nice to
hey,
have
get
you
a
back
minute.
with us.
And so they, of course, get straight to the business. Like, okay, why did you invite Quad to this girl's pamper party? And Phaedra, you can tell when she lying. She get the, like squinching up her
I
face.
start squinting, yeah.
Right. Talking about she thought it would solidify her position in the group. Phaedra, you just got in the group. How are you solidifying any positions?
Phaedra's the star, and she know it. She know it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And so apparently, Quad, she must only like hang with them during when they taping because
Clearly,
she ain't
clearly.
talked to Dr. Heavenly and even Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie was like, look, she talked to me when it was convenient for her. Time to get up. So Phaedra was just like, you know what? She found her position and her whatever she did. And she said Quad ushered in a new spirit when she when she went into that thing. But I mean, of course, we loved it because it was a lot of mess. But do not bring my husband's ex anything to my bachelorette party, my pepper party, whatever it is. I don't care if she coming in with gifts. Leave them at the door.
She said, going into a marriage, you got to know that the ex-wife don't have, whatever she said. I was just like, really,
No, no.
really.
But she just said Phaedra full of BS, which she is. But again, heavily, voiced her concerns about the wedding. She felt like they ain't ready, like they should not get married. Now, Phaedra also voiced these, not Phaedra, heavily voiced these concerns at the pamper party, which I thought was inappropriate. Like, I feel like you can have those concerns because they were valid. The girl was kind of like, it was interesting, I would say the least, just her reaction to things. And I don't know, they never really gave the timeline of when they met and how long. I don't think they mentioned like how long they had been together or anything like that. But people seem to feel like they wasn't ready. That seemed to be like a consistent thought, except for what's Dr. Simone's husband? He
was just happy and excited. He gets to be with his friend again. That's all he cared about.
Yes, but Phaedra, heavily made a great point. She said 2 crazy people don't work.
Now, I didn't know he was a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I always heard like every counselor needs a counselor. Like most psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors, whatever, they also need one. Probably because they're a little crazy, but then also, they hear everybody else's stuff all day, so I could imagine
an outlet.
Yes, but heavily, it's like, because I'm crazy, and Dr. Daddy. So she knows. She like, look, that's why
2 crazies can't be together. 2 crazy.
But that is kind of true. Somebody got to be there
to balance everything out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they go to the next thing with Dr. Simone and her grown child. Oh Lord, who was it? He on his 5th year of school?
He's on his 5th year.
5th year.
Now
school.
I can't talk because it took me 6.
Exactly. I was saying I can't talk because it can take 5 years to finish school. Nothing against that. However, it sounds like he's not. To me, it's a difference when you're like pursuing school and you're doing what you need to do, and our parents, at least my parents, didn't pay for me, so I was paying for all of those years. They footing the bill for him. Sounds like he's staying at home, and it's almost, you can tell when somebody is just like doing something versus they got drive and they seem like he kind of like his daddy, because it seemed like Simone got the drive. And
now, I don't know that. Okay, so he's in real estate, right? The dad.
Supposedly.
You don't believe nothing.
Well, okay, because he was in IT. Remember, he was in IT.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, originally he was in IT, and then I don't know if they had a layoff or something. And then the next season he was in real estate. I haven't seen him. It is Married to Medicine, but they haven't showed him closing on any houses ever.
Well, do they focus on the husbands that much?
They don't. That's why I was like, the only time they show him is like in the bar downstairs and stuff like that. So, that's why I say supposedly, because I don't know for sure.
Well, he is a Kappa.
No Kappa hate. We love the Kappa. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. No disrespect to any members of Kappa outside at all.
So, what do you think? Do you think they should cut him off? Because, did she say something about his dad stayed at home with his parents until he couldn't anymore? Or something like that? Cut him off?
Okay, so look. Before you have a conversation with this guy, the 2 of them needed to be on the same page with whatever it was that they were going to say.
Very true.
It almost seemed like they were just having this conversation for the TV.
Yeah. Because I don't think, Simone talk a good game, but she's not kicking this baby out the house on the streets. She may get them an apartment where they paying for it or whatever. So I have 2. It's like, I understand the benefit. So like, if you're working and saving up and all this kind of stuff, and then you want to stay at your parents' house until, you get on your feet, I don't see a problem with that, because
that is like generational wealth. That's how you help to build generational wealth.
Exactly.
But like what he's doing, like so I'm with you. He does not seem to have a whole lot of drive. Yeah. Like he couldn't necessarily articulate what it was that he wanted to do, how he wanted to do it, all the other good stuff.
He's like, I might do an internship in the film industry. And from what I hear, I don't know anything about it, but it seems like getting into the film industry is just as hard as getting into the acting part. And you don't start out, like, you got to start off as like production assistant, and then build your way up, unless maybe, I don't know if his mama knows Tyler Perry, and maybe
that's exactly what I was thinking. That's but at this point you would think that either she would be talking about it or the son would have brought it up not necessarily dropping names, but to say, hey, I've already interned and I have this, down the pipe, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I didn't hear anything like that. And so
At all.
that was frustrating. That was frustrating for me. Like, just thinking about it, like, if my college age son were telling me some stuff like this, like, I'd be looking at him like, you stupid.
Right. Yes,
stupid.
freshman year, fine. Sophomore year, okay. Junior and senior year.
What's your plan?
Yes.
Because same thing my mom said when I was in high school. You reach 18, you out this door. I don't care what you're doing. You out.
Yeah, and there's a balance, because, like, yes, you want your kid, because you can let your child stay and they do nothing, or you can let them stay as they're building. So you have to know that balance. Like, okay, are you building while you're staying, or are you just laying up all day?
I think for my mom, I think she knew me. She knew that I would just coast. I would just coast, and like, she had to light that fire, and that was the fire. Like, my mom is not gonna let me stay home, so I need to figure this out quick.
Yep. Yeah, know what they child needs. So anyway, next thing was Dr. G and Sweet Tea. So they kind of talk about their bachelor red parties or whatever. And Sweet Tea is stressed out about this wedding because they owe that extra $14,000. Now, what I don't want you to do is the day before my wedding or whatever. Did it make it seem like that the bachelorette party was the day before the wedding or very close?
Like maybe 2 days before.
2 days. Yeah, it seemed like it was like the bachelorette party, and I don't know how they filmed it, but that's the way it made it seem. 2 days before my wedding. I mean, no,
$14,000.
No. I could see maybe $50, but that's like the cost that I would want to pay for. Not won't, but that's the max. That's my
unless a change was made on their part, meaning Sweet Tea, at the last minute. And if that's the case, then it would be like, hey, you just made this change. This change is going to cost X amount of dollars.
Okay.
Which shouldn't have been a surprise, because if you're going to make this change, you know how much the change is going to cost.
And they didn't mention the venue changed. So I don't know, but it sounded like it was something, and maybe like what they had to do to make the venue look better may have costed more. I don't know, but I need me somebody that can budget. Give me the Dollar Tree version of the best thing you could do. But anyway,
now how much time did they have to plan this wedding? Because it almost seems like they got married for the cameras.
That's what I think. That's what I was wondering, because we'll talk about the wedding, but what I typically see, I like to see, like, when the wife comes down
that was me doing my Michelle. It ain't real. It ain't real.
Right. But typically when the wife comes down the aisle, I look at the husband, because a lot of times they're crying or they're very emotional, and he wasn't like that. So either sometimes they'll take pictures before the wedding.
So this is his second time. This is his second go round.
No, I've seen second weddings where people are emotional because they can love again. And so so two things could have happened. They could have taken pictures before the wedding, so he had already seen her, so it wasn't that emotional. Or they already got married before and they just did this
legal wedding. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So I don't know, because honestly, I do feel like this was for the cameras, because
I have never seen a man. I've never seen a man get overly emotional.
It's more often than that. Look at the man, and they're not. I ain't gonna say, but everybody.
But how old is he? He looked like he about 60.
He's 5 years older than her mama, so I would give him a good 58.
He 23 years older than the daddy.
23 older than not than the dad.
I thought it was 23 years
older than her.
That's right. Than her.
And so for her, I'm just thinking her parents do look kind of young, but let's just say they had her at
it had to have been young.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, they may have had her at high school, but let's just go with 20 to keep numbers even. That would make her mom 53 and make him 58, which I can see.
60.
Yeah. But I will say he looks better than he did when he was. It's something about the beard.
He looked better than her?
No. Anyway, they discuss. So they discuss Quad coming to. He like, why was she there? Why was she there? Whatever. And so they kind of talk about that. But anyway, Johnny. Now you remember Johnny from The Wedding Planner? He was I don't know if you watched Atlanta when Candy had him, and I think he sued her. No. Well, I think he eventually sued her, but she confronted him. And I remember this only because they had it on Twitter too. And they had the scene where he apparently was talking about Candy, and she confronted him, was like, look, this is the last check you getting from me, but I done paid you for everything you've done. I've done more for you than you ever done for me, that type of thing. I'm about to send you the clip. But in any case.
Was that after her wedding?
No, Johnny, who worked for Candy, was her wedding planner, the guy with the braids.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you said after what you say?
I'm assuming that this is the same guy that did Candy's wedding.
No, I don't think it was her wedding. I think he just worked he did events for her.
Oh, okay.
He might have done her wedding. I don't know. But I know he did events for her. I'm gonna try to send you that clip that they've been sending around. But when we talked about the parents, but I thought her dad actually kind of looked a little bit like, did he kind of look like he could be Dr. G's brother a little bit? It was something that
especially with the salt and pepper beard. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was actually, when I first saw him, I was like, okay, now what's the difference between Sweet Tea's parents and him? But they ended up talking about it because it was very obvious.
No, look, the whole time that the dad was like, when you walk my daughter down the aisle, and what's his name? Dr. G?
Dr. G. Mm-hmm.
Dr. G was just looking at him like, dude, I'm older than you.
Right. How you giving me any advice? Oh my God. And apparently her dad was the easier one. Like he was like, basically take my daughter. And her mama was the one that was a little, iffy, which I mean, I can imagine like if any family member of mine marries somebody older than their parents, we all gonna be giving them a little side eye. But I guess they were just like,
what if he got money?
Right. That's the thing. They like, how much he make? Because her daddy was like, go ahead. Now, this family seems very interesting when it comes to well, I wouldn't say ghetto because I didn't get ghetto, but I did get Arkansas. I got Arkansas from there.
Okay.
So anyway, I guess during the whenever they were doing, Dr. G goes out to call Phaedra to ask her why she would bring Quad to the bachelorette party, and Phaedra get her little face together. I didn't see it because she was on the phone.
You didn't see the face, bitch.
Talking about the girl needs to know that it was no insecurities, and she was looking out for Sweet Tea. Oh my gosh, Phaedra, messy. So anyway, it's the wedding day, but it also happens to be Toya's birthday and Alara's prom day. So this was a popular day. And so they're all, the girls are getting ready and they mentioned Carlos. I'm like, wait a minute, who is Carlos? But I guess that apparently that was Sweet Tea's first love from high school or whatever.
Oh, you be catching it. I didn't catch that.
Oh, that was because I was just like, who is Carlos? Because the girl was like, remember Carlos? You were so in love with Carlos. And I was like, not them bringing up the exes. But she mentioned, she was like, and I don't know if she probably was telling the truth, but she said something like, girl, you talking about my high school love or high school, whatever. She didn't say when they broke up though, because some people still with their high school. Was she 31? That was like 12 years ago. They could have been together 10 years, who knows. But
they could still be together right now.
Yeah. So everybody's heading to the wedding and all of that. And Heavenly texted her. And she didn't text back. So that was Heavenly's first sign. But the wedding guests arrived and Dr. Jackie comes and she was like, what's her husband's name? Wait a minute, Dr. Jackie and Clyde, is it? But anyway, her husband, he couldn't make it because he was at a project in the Dominican Republic. I'm like, did he come back for the bachelor party and then leave again? Because he was definitely at the bachelor party.
He was?
Yes. He was at the bachelor party because he was like, I'm not touching, touch.
He sure did.
He was definitely there. So I'm just like, I know the wedding wasn't before the bachelor party. So sorry, Jackie, because she said in episode 1 he was in the DR. He came back, I guess, and then he back
for the bachelor party. He came back for the bachelor party.
That's a little suspicious, Mister. I forgot his name already.
You don't believe nothing, Michelle. You don't believe.
Because like what they do is they act like they, like he in the DR, something else going on.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden, when the season over, you find out that one was paying for hotel. So that's why I'm like, I just keep my little eye on them because you just never know. Dr. Contessa was in the building.
She was looking good.
She looked really good. She looked good.
Why she not on the show? Why she not on the show?
I don't know. And I don't know if they, because I didn't keep up with it to see if it was their decision or her decision, but it probably was best for her marriage because her marriage kind of suffered. Most marriages, if they're displayed on the show, they're suffering. Like if you think about out of all the reality shows, a lot of marriages suffer, and you got to work really hard. So we'll see how Dr. G is.
What I suggest is that if you are a husband, stay off of social media.
Yeah, that part, because women be in the DMs apparently, and not all the men can resist.
I'm certain well, okay, so this is the thing. My assumption is that it's mostly gay men that follow reality. You know what I'm saying? And so they're not really, trying to hit up on the women. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's my assumption.
Yeah. I could go with that because I'm trying to think of any. Yeah, I'm trying to think of who I know, any men. Like, I mean, my husband will kind of watch it if it's on with me, but he not like keeping up, like where he knows what's going on day to day. Okay, so Phaedra again, shading. It's like, I do funeral programs like this.
I forgot about that. You catch everything.
I was like, no, she did not. They were just shading this. I'm like, oh my God. I'm sure it was nice. At least from what I can see, it looked like a nice program.
It looked nice. It looked nice.
Do you watch reality show? He stare me down. You watch reality TV?
No, not really. Are you talking to me?
Yes, move.
Let me do my cameo.
No.
I'm not really into the whole reality shows. My wife is.
Okay.
She really loves these reality shows.
So do you know any women on reality shows? Do you know them by name or anything?
Candy.
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 I know Paige was the one that was married to Apollo, right?
Yep.
What's the girl that used to be a model?
I gotta get close so you can see.
It was a girl that she used to be a model.
Cynthia.
No, not Cynthia.
Eve.
Model.
Eve. Oh, Cynthia.
No. I think she's from Detroit.
Oh, Kenya Moore.
Yeah. I just remember her from
she was Miss America,
Miss America.
Yeah. Or Miss USA. Don't let me mess that one up. Okay, well, thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're kicking me out? You don't want me.
You might come watch a show and join us one of these days.
He knew 3.
And a husband. So okay. So anyway,
look, as soon as he said Apollo, I was like, "Who?"
Wait a minute. Speaking of Apollo, okay, did you hear her say that they dated since 12th grade or something?
Yes, that was news.
That was news, and also probably a lie, Phaedra.
You don't believe
I'm just like, number one.
But wait a minute.
Aren't they different ages? Wasn't he younger than her?
I don't know their ages, but what I do know is that if she grew up in Augusta, didn't your girl also grow up in Augusta as well?
Nene, right?
Yeah.
Did
she know him?
I don't think so. I don't even know if he grew up in Augusta.
I mean, you know,
Phaedra time.
We all glow up. We all glow up, but I mean, you can't miss Apollo.
I don't know. To me, that was just a little shaking. I don't know. To me, I'm just trying to figure out why she said that. Like if it was a reason, like if she had told that lie and she had to keep it up or what. I don't know. But I was like, that was news because I thought I don't know. But you know, because remember her pregnancy, I just got to get this baby out of me.
She met him in prison.
Right, she was his lawyer or something. Okay, who knows? He probably because that's right, he was in prison. I forgot.
He was.
Yes.
He went twice.
Oh my God. So yeah.
So why she was embarrassed the second time? I don't know. I don't know why she would have been embarrassed the second time.
Don't be embarrassed. We know where you got it from initially.
Exactly. Like we forgot. We ain't forget.
Right.
At least I didn't forget.
Okay. I can't wait for her to bring her cardiologist on the show, and maybe Apollo can make an appearance since she like to bring exes around. So anyway, Heavenly and Dr. Dame and Daddy arrive, and you know they're like Heavenly Himes or whatever, and they were not on the list. And we had already seen this because they showed it. At least they showed the preview, so we knew it was coming. And oh my gosh, I would be so embarrassed, like.
Especially who she was standing next to.
Right. And Toya came up and was like, I know you were on the list. Like, and that felt sincere from Toya. Like,
exactly.
That's got to be a mistake. Like, she got to be on the list.
Because,
and so apparently, I guess, I don't know, did I see this online or on, but she pulled up her phone to show the invitation. Like, I was invited. And so they let her in. But I saw somebody was like, production was not going to let them miss the wedding or something like that.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, but hold up, wait a minute. Somebody said that I think it was, I saw it on Watch What Happens Live. Basically, Heavenly said that the preacher said we will not have a wedding unless she comes in.
Whoa.
That's what Heavenly said. That's what Heavenly said.
I got to go back and watch that because I didn't watch that. I did see her and Quad was on there, right? So I have to go back and watch that. But so apparently the maid of honor that they kept showing when she was doing all that yapping at the party went right back and told Sweet Tea, which I would have done myself.
As she should.
Right. I was like, if that was my friend, I was like, girl, look, take her off the list. She doing too much talking. She if you're not a cheer, basically if you're not on my side, if you don't think I should get married, don't come and witness it. But apparently everybody in the room felt that way. So don't, point Heavenly out because she feels the same way. That's why I feel like they had to have had another wedding because it was too many haters in your audience for you. Because even Dr. Contessa was like, is Quiet coming? It was.
She said it for real?
Remember? She was joking.
She jokingly
said it to Dr. Simone, was like, is Quad coming? And they kind of laughed. And she was like, girl, you didn't want to come to the bachelorette party or something like that, but she was there and it was a blast or something, she said. So I do like Dr. Damon is kind of like, look, what?
It's just the whole thing. The whole thing is just funny. It's just funny.
So Dr. Damon was like, look, that's my friend, but if I'm not on the list, I'm not on the list. I'm not trying to go and do all this kind of stuff.
He's a bigger man than me. He's a bigger man than me. Because I'd have been like, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. And so when they finally get in, at first I thought it was an edit, but no, Heavenly did do her laugh just so they can know I made it in. I'm like, oh, she's so wrong.
I love her. She's becoming my favorite. She's becoming my favorite. Okay. Even when she's wrong, I'm laughing with her.
It's something likable about her because she's so funny and she says stuff that
everybody's thinking
sometimes too. Yeah. So that's what we love about our Heavenly. But they end up sitting in the back. So they had the little reception or whatever. And I don't know, did the wedding look like it should have cost $14,000 just at all?
I've never had a wedding, so I have absolutely no idea.
Because I was looking and I'm like, I was just trying to act like, I don't know, unless like the place was completely bare bones and they had to build it up, like make it look like a wedding or something. I don't know. I saw a lot of sheets that looked like they divided the plate. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was that. It should have been that expensive, but apparently,
what's the average cost of a wedding?
I think now, I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm thinking it's about $25,000 now. And the most expensive. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Are you counting the ring, the dresses, the, ring, the tuxes, the, dress, the gifts,
everything? The most expensive thing is the food, the reception. Yeah. And even the venue, depending on where you're getting it, where you're having it at. In Texas is $27,000. That's the average cost of a wedding. And a couple of other states popped up and they're 26, 20. So yeah, that's around what I said. And so yeah, a lot of times the people that I know have got married recently, they will have the wedding and reception in the same place. Like they won't have like a church. And they'll say, okay, you can have this building and include everything for $15,000. And so they just pay that. But then, depending on your dress and all that kind of stuff, it could add on an extra. Now, I got married. I wasn't young, but younger than I am now. And I was like, we got a budget. And so I had, luckily, a lot of people volunteer to do things. So like the person that catered it, they volunteered. Like we had to pay for the food. Like my cousin did my wedding cake. My daddy bought my dress. And we had it at our church. No, actually we didn't. We had it at a different church. So we did have to pay for the church. But anyway, the lady that from our church, it was like a community center. And she helped get the cost down for us. So anyway, we ended up, getting a decent cost. But their wedding was, it looked beautiful, but it didn't look, extra $14,000 beautiful. So I don't know. But apparently not heavenly. Okay, you got in the wedding. Don't be going to the girl, let her know you there. Just like, why you took me off the list?
Did you see her hold her head like this?
No.
That's how she was talking to her the entire time. She was holding her head like this.
Oh, she was. Now that I think about it, she was. She did have her like that. I'm like, oh my gosh. But it looked like the wedding was nice and all that kind of stuff.
Like bitch, you ain't shit.
It seemed like they're gonna next episode will be like the resurrection episode with Phaedra. I don't know what they're doing, but it seems like it's gonna be a bunch of mess. So, but we love it. So
now, what you think is happening? Who's being resurrected? Is it Phaedra?
I have no idea. What I don't know. That was
because Quad was in the church, right?
Everybody, sounded like everybody was there, the full cast. Even the new girl who they're not giving her a lot of airtime, so we don't know enough about her personality. She did do a overly dramatized thing.
Reenactment.
Yeah, thank you. Reenactment of Sweet Tea.
I want to see her husband.
They showed him, but
I want to see
he
more.
Was sitting down, so they wasn't showing what you want to see. He was definitely there, but you don't want to see him. So yeah, you can see him. But yeah, so I enjoyed this episode though.
Okay, all right. What was the best part of the episode?
I think I was anticipating just seeing the wedding because like they showed like I knew Heavenly wasn't gonna get in. I was surprised she got in, but I knew that part. But I just wanted to see like after all of this drama, like I want to see the actual wedding. So I wouldn't say it was my favorite part, but it was just what I anticipated. Like, okay, they finally did it, But
I wanted to see Heavenly cuss her out. That's what I wanted to see.
Oh, I think she wasn't gonna do that at the wedding. Like to me, like yeah, they clowned in the audience or whatever, but I'm trying to think. I'm sure they have had a wedding where people like showed out, but typically they try to at least keep weddings nice because that is like a memorable thing. You don't want to show out too much, and they had enough drama outside of the wedding to account for that. So yeah. Oh wait a minute, you remember the part where it was like a girl dancing and Dr. Eugene was like, "Oh, that's the stripper." Because he did invite her.
And then they showed both of them. I was like, it looked like her.
That might be her.
I thought it was. I really did. I thought it was her.
Yeah, he wrong for that. So wrong. But yes. So we'll be back next week for the next episode, guys. But hopefully you enjoyed it. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel and hear more of us talking that stuff. Reality TV.
Y'all have a good one.